Okay, hi, I'm Alexa.
I'm Riley.
I'm Colton.
We had section 2, question 1 and 2, and the first question says, what is the connection between parental investment and sexual dimorphism? And so sexual dimorphism is just the difference in anatomy between males and females. So you can think of like the reproductive organisms. And also in the reading, there was a female bird that liked a certain kind of flower, and so she had a more curved beak than the male, so she can get that kind of flower. And then parental investment is pretty much what it is when the parents invest in something, and this is more so with the females or the moms instead of the males.
Mm-hmm. So there's a pretty important connection between this. So like Alexa said, it's generally the females that have to invest a lot of time in their offspring. Generally, the males will just copulate with the female, and then they're gone. They leave, and the female's left to birth the offspring and take care of it, raise it, teach it. So the big thing about sexual dimorphism is obviously it's important that there's differences. There's a reason that the females are the ones that are important to do the parental investment in a lot of different species and organisms, and the reason because they're involved in parental investment rather than the males, it's really important that they have that anatomical variation, and they have those traits and those behavioral traits and their physical traits to be able to more effectively take care of their offspring. So like that's the connection between the two.
And I had number 2, and it talked about differentiate between intra and intersexual selection and explain when intrasexual selection can exist. And intra-selection is basically when you have two members of the same sex in a species are fighting each other for mates. So it's males versus males or females versus females to fight head-to-head to acquire the mates. A good example of this was the iguanas on the Galapagos Island that the book talked about, and how they would go head-to-head for territory. Similarly, elephant seals exhibit the same pattern of intrasexual selection, where they fight over a section of beach called the beach masters, and then the beach masters are the ones that get the females. Then for intersexual selection, that is when we have individuals who are, what is inter? I'm trying to remember now. I just lost my train of thought.
Are the ones that like look good.
Oh yeah, choosing.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right. Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Yeah, so inter is when they choose. Sorry guys. No, you can go. So inter is when they choose, and when they choose, the females either pick the males or the males pick the females, and it's based off of either like something they have to do, like a dance, or something that they display that is considered to be the best for that species, the best that they want to select. And a good example is like peacocks and their feathers, or the blue-footed boobies that have the dance that they perform so that they can choose. And when this actually happens is intra-selection happens is when there are less females in the population or less males, and the other have to compete for that is typically what happens. So yeah.
That's it.